Bop, bop, bop. Art Collins here. I had a system for you, and then I didn't. I'm going to show you step by step what I thought I was doing, and then the embarrassing reason it was deceptive and worthless, and very stupid as well, I'm ashamed to admit. But it does illustrate uh, something I've driven home many, many times over the years. The importance of guarding against dumb errors in your testing. So hopefully the takeaway is going to be worth something. Here's what I thought I had. Dow-S&P. I've worked with some legitimate ones and shown them to you. They've been largely intraday, measuring net changes on a percentage basis of the S&P versus the Dow. The concept is the S&P's is always the go with indicator and the Dow is always the laggard or fade. So if the S&P's are moving up more forcefully or down less forcefully than the Dow, that's a bullish signal. And if the S&P's are moving down more forcefully or up less forcefully than the Dow, that's a bearish signal. Now, okay, this is a concept that I have had legitimate systems that I've traded myself and presented. Okay? But this isn't going to be one of them. I still want to walk you through this, though, so you can see something we can head under. Don't let this happen to you. All right, set your charts to daily, day session only, 8:30 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to create a variable X. We're going to make that equal the 3:15 regular session close. Today's minus yesterday's 3:15 close. In other words, net change, close to close basis. If X is greater than the highest of the three preceding X's, then buy the next 8:30 a.m. open, regular session. If X is less than the lowest of the preceding X's, then sell short on the next 8:30 a.m. regular session open. It's a perpetual system. The only exits are reversals to the opposite side. So you would take this minus this, this minus this, this minus this, this minus this. And if on this day the result was bigger than all three that came before it, that's a buy signal. Conversely, if your X is less than the 3 days that came before it, that's a reverse and go short signal. So you always got reversals down the line. You never just exit. Perpetual system. And these were numbers I came up with in the S&P. $50,000, 63% profitable. Even from the start, I wasn't going to try to sell you on the idea that this was an actual system. $30,000 roughly. Worst drawdown. But if you traded micros or something, might have been no worse than just holding on to a stock, right? This was the result I got in the other markets. All right, so here's where the what's really going on comes in here. When I took a look at the short side, worthless. You would have been better off just taking the longs and getting flat in the periods where you were supposed to be short. But to take it another step, since the short side was giving you negative numbers, you would have wanted to be long then too. In other words, what I was giving you was something worse than a buy and hold, as shown here. Now, I suppose down the road, if the markets ever get to the point where it's not just a straight up 45-degree angle over time, You'd probably be more comfortable using the original system than just buying and holding. But obviously, we're not there, and it doesn't look like we're going to be there in the near future. And again, all I'm trying to do here is show you that 30 some years into this, I still make boneheads mistakes. So none of us are invulnerable to that sort of thing. Beware of stone soup indicators that are not actually contributing to your results. Maybe you remember the stone soup parable. A chef wanted to impress a king. Taste this wonderful stone soup. King tasted it. It just tastes like water. It's nothing. Well, maybe if we add a little cabbage to it, Your Highness. That's a little better, but still nothing special. Well, how about if we add some peas and mushrooms and blah, 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 blah. Eventually, they came up with something very tasty, but it had nothing to do with the stone, i.e., nothing to do with the Dow-S&P relationship this time. And boy, is my face red. Okay, final takeaway, I will have something better for you next time. Thanks for hanging with me. Check this out. Appreciate you joining me.